My other question to you is, wouldn't you like to see more players, more young black men go to these HBCUs though?
I would absolutely. Um, I would. So, I'm hoping that at some point the NIL landscape can help facilitate that type of event. So I think the players themselves have to realize they're the ones with the power.
Mm-hmm.
So if the just like with Chris Webber and Jalen Rose and a boy from Chicago, uh, the Fab Five of us, a boy from
Jawan Howard.
Jamar Howard. They five of them got together. I think Jimmy was the cat from Texas. They all got together and said, "We're gonna go to Michigan. We're gonna be the Fab Five, and we're gonna do this." All the attention, all the media follows them. So if the top five players in the country decided to go to Morehouse, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the same thing would happen. All the media attention, all the TV cameras would follow them. So I think I would like to see that, but our younger generation needs to be educated on one, the importance and the power of what they have, and two, and how
Okay.
they can make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would love to see that.
Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah, I
Why
mean,
not?
because you just, I mean, think about it, I can say you just hooping or if it's playing football, but I mean, you playing a sport. So you're not going to be any better if you were at Howard or if you were at University of Michigan. All things equal, it's a hoop, it's a hardwood floor. It's about the talent of the players.
And to send to get our kids back into HBCUs. Here's the thing: we've made these other colleges so much money. It's no disrespect to them at all, but
Right.
these are $1 billion trust funded colleges now. On the
Yeah.
backs of young black men, making them popular. The Dukes, the North Carolinas, the USC's. Why not take their talents to the HBCUs and help push them up to the top? Like what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with getting these guys to go to these HBCUs.
No, it's not. It just has. I think the kids have to be educated to the possibilities and how they can make that happen, and then how they could make the NIL money from making that happen.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that Dion had it. I think he had it right. I think he just abandoned ship too fast.
I would agree. I would agree. Actually, I would
Okay.
agree because he was doing it the right way and showing it how it can be done.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Right.
And I like what he was doing. Like he was attracting enough attention. Remember, he got Warren Sapp involved and he got some of these really great defensive players involved to come to HBCUs. But then he decided to go to Colorado. And there's nothing wrong with going to Colorado. I'm not mad at him about what he did, the decision he decided to make, because he may have been chasing a bag of money or whatever it was. I don't know. But he got so many other people involved, even down to Travis Hunter wanting to be involved and follow him wherever he went. But
Mm-hmm.
I think because of his work in doing that, I think he should have stuck around, because I think there would have been a blossoming of more HBCUs waking up and getting more college players involved to come there and represent, and the HBCUs would have been more successful, because we have 110, 111 HBCUs,
Okay, that sounds about
right?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you can get a lot of them help by getting people involved and coming to the games for football, coming to the games for basketball. I think there would have been a lot done to change the landscape and push these schools forward. We've already done it for Duke, we've done it for Florida, we've done it for all these other schools. Why not help our own?
Yeah. I agree 100%. So I'm hoping that's something that can happen. You know, in time, in due time. But I do think the younger generation seems to be more inclined to just the students, not necessarily the athletes. They seem to be more inclined to go to a HBCU
Mm-hmm.
versus a PWI, which I
Yeah.
think is I mean, it's nothing against the PWIs, but it's some things that you can get and garner from an HBCU that you just can't get at other institutions,
Very, very much
non-HBCU
so.
institutions for us.
Very much so.
So uh,
And for anybody that's listening, I'll say this: if you don't understand what we're saying, I have cousins who went to HBCUs, and they'll tell you themselves that it's nothing. It's so much different going to a college where everybody looks like you, they have experiences like you, and they can elevate you because some of them may come from a better environment that you don't come from, you know, but they still look like you. So the pride is still there to make sure that they pull their own people up and they educate their own people, and that you feel a pride about being black and that you understand why you're there. You're not just there to party, but you're there to get an education and have some pride and some understanding of where you come from at the same time. So it's that's another imperative thing that I think we
and,
don't understand.
and they're going to be harder on you,
Mm-hmm.
which I mean, probably would think that that's the case, but if you're slacking, you're going to hear it, and that's important too.
That's another truth. Absolutely.
Right? That's important. Shit, I got to get on my game. I can't fall through the cracks.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when you're in when you're in those was it
PWI.
PWIs, those are cool, but everybody looks at you and go, all right, you on your own. You don't look
Yep.
like me. But when you're in the HBCU, they're looking at you going, yo, my man, you got to step it up. Like you can't be here. You're an embarrassment if you don't do this the correct way. You know, you get looked at differently when you're around your own people. But and I think that's something that needs to happen because a lot of us don't get that experience. And Steph, to me, I don't hear a lot of people talking about HBCUs growing up. I don't hear a lot about that. I don't hear people talking about Howard. I don't hear people talking about Hampton. I don't hear people talking about Florida State and Tennessee State. I don't hear people talking about these colleges like that, you know? But it's something that should be talked about because these are the colleges that we represent more than we should be representing for the PWIs. And there's nothing wrong with the PWI. If that's where you want to go ahead, get there. Go to Duke, go to North Carolina. But the colleges that are suffering, that have major needs, it would be nice to see us there too, as and putting on for those colleges as well.
I agree. I think this younger generation of kids, they seem to be more in tune with that.